What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of But Does It Spin? And today we got some more Infinity Nados. Here we go. We did show the advanced stacking battle pack. The advanced stacking battle system battle set. Am I saying that right? I have no idea. But yeah, we did see the battle set for these MCS magnetic combat system Nados, and they were much like this, and they did come with these launchers. You can see it in the previous episodes that of these things. They are exactly the same. I do hope that the launchers come okay. One of the blue launchers of my battle set did come with like a chipped tooth on the gear, I think, because whenever I pulled the string to rev it, the red one would rev every time I pulled, but the blue one, if I pulled it like 5 times, once out of 5 times, the pull would just not do anything. And so I think it's because like one of the gears that are in it, I think one of the tooth was broken. So I do hope that the ones for these will be fine. As you can see, the launchers are exactly the same, and they do come with like a sort of a grip already on it, which I do love and appreciate. And as you can see here, this one is called Fire Hammer and this one is called Cracking Sword. The ones that came in the battle set were Fiery Dragon and something Aries, I think. But yeah, looking at the Nados from here, you can already see that the design is exactly the same. The only thing that changes is the color of that top layer and the metal disc, and of course the drawing on that black part. Everything else looks exactly the same. So yeah, it's a little sad that they aren't too different looking, because some of the Infinity Nados before they did look pretty different. There is a series of Infinity Nados in between the two battle sets that I had showed before, because I did show the very first battle set, and then I showed the advanced stacking battle system battle set. But there was like several things between it, just none of the battle sets of those have ever made it to Brazil, so I didn't show those. But there are starter packs of those, like the Unending Battle system or whatever, and a few others. So I guess I could try to get my hands on those and show it eventually, but today we will be opening these, despite them looking very similar to the ones in the battle set. So do they spin? We already know that the ones in the battle set spin, so this probably will too, but let's make sure, yeah? So here we are with both boxes opened. It does come with one tool each to disassemble the, let me focus this. One tool each to disassemble the tops. It does come with one launcher each. This one came with the red one, and this one came with a blue launcher. The launchers are exactly the same as the ones that come with the battle set of the Advanced Edition stacking system. You pull on it to rev it. You put the top inside here, and then you rev it to a certain point, and then you launch it with the button. That said, for those of you who remember, my blue launcher from the battle set did come like with one of the teeth in the gear broken, because you would pull on it and not all the pulls would rev it. And as you can see, it just happened with this new one as well. See that? I don't know if it's actually the gear with a missing teeth, because I remember the Beyblade ones, the Metal Fight Beyblade ones used to do that. if you kept doing it long enough, then one of the teeth would break, and whenever you would pull it right when that part came to it, then it wouldn't rev. So I'm guessing that's what's happening with here, except I haven't used this until I pulled it out of the box. And you see that? Every like 5 or 6 pulls, it doesn't catch. The same thing is happening to the red one. So I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know if just crappy quality or if I'm just super unlucky. But the truth is that these have been out for a few years and like almost no one has been buying them. So I guess just sitting there in the store for a long time may have caused damage. But even then, these aren't like as old as Metal Fight stuff, right? These are still like 2015, 2016, stuff like that. So I don't see why they would break. So I'm just wondering if maybe it's like quality control issue. But either way, in theory, these are very interesting to see. It does have a grip of its own, which is always nice to have. The grip also is not too small. It's not too big either though. It's okay. Maybe a little on the smaller side, but you know, I haven't had any issues holding it. And yeah. Now looking at the tops, as you can see, the top part looks exactly the same. It's just a color change. Bottom is exactly the same, just a color change. What changes is the metal part, the contact metal part. As you can see, they are different. And if you open this part, this drawing on this free spinning part is also slightly different for those. I will show you the two that came with the battle set, and they're also exactly the same. So that's a little disappointing. You know, that's a little disappointing that they're exactly the same, because that means performance won't change much, especially because the bottom parts are exactly the same. Without the top part, it shows a metallic tip, stamina tip, and then once you put the top on, the plastic part comes out. It's almost like a whole flat, so it will be a little more aggressive. But that is it. Metal part, the contact part is slightly different. So this one is very round, so I'm guessing this will be slightly more defensive, but these are also very round too. So I don't think there's gonna be any significant change in performance from the difference in the metals. Yeah, I don't know. So that's a little disappointing, but it is what it is. And we did review the battle set before in this channel, so I don't see this being that much different. So we will test them out. We will battle them out in the battle set arena. We will play around with the other two as well to try to make a tower with the top parts. But yeah, in the battle we will launch the first one without the top, and then the second one, and then we will put the top on this one, so that they kind of equalize in stamina when we do the battles. And then aside from that, we will play around. We will try to make like a three top one versus a bunch of single tops maybe. We'll see. We'll play around and then and see how well they spin. So let's go. And yeah, so that's what it was. It's interesting to see that they do hit really hard. They are very heavy, and you saw that even when it's a two-storied top against another two-story top, they do hit really hard and launches the other one to the side of the arena. Even more so when he's against a single one, when he's one without the top part. These get launched around like crazy. And even so, they're alright because of the metal contact part, you know. So, are they fun? Yes, they are fun to play around with without thinking too much about strategy. But do I recommend them? Not really, not really. For one, these starter packs, especially, I don't recommend them because, as I shown, both of my launchers came slightly defective. It skips the launch sometimes, so that I definitely don't think is a good thing. And another thing is that these launchers work only specifically with the stacking system Infinity Nados. You can't even use this on the normal Infinity Nados or the new generation Infinity Nados. So you know, you get this, you'll be pretty useless unless you only play with these. So that's limiting factor. Another thing, of course, is that you can't customize this. Like I said, I mean, you can customize in the sense that you can choose what color you want for it, right? But the performance will mostly be exactly the same. Won't change much. That said, if you want something that hits harder than Beyblade, especially because Beyblade Burst nowadays is all plastic, so we do get that little fear that it might break if you launch too hard, especially with Takeratomi and Pro Series, because they hit almost as hard. They hit really hard. They do get dented quite easily. The normal Hasbro stuff, the lower end Hasbro stuff, they don't tend to hit too hard. So most of mine didn't get dented too much, even if I play with them almost every day. So that hasn't been an issue, but again, they do hit not as hard as those more competitive ones. But if you want something that hits hard and you don't have to worry about it breaking apart too much, these are made of metal, as you saw. They do hit each other and launch each other, and they're still fine. No dents or anything. So if you want something like that, then you know, I guess you could pick one of those up. These tend to go for a lot cheaper than normal Beyblades, so that's, you know, another thing that you could be looking for in your toys. But even then, I would recommend you to go with the battle set then instead of the starter packs, because with the battle set, at least you would have an arena that you can use with Beyblades and other spinning tops, and have two to play around with. And of course, one of my launchers from the battle set did not come with the defect that the other three have come with. So you know, it is just a thing to think about. Just buying the starter packs, I don't really see that being a good idea in any way. But yeah, take the conclusions you'd like, and that's what I had to say, and that's what I had to show. Leave us a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to see more contents like this. We will be bringing more spinning tops and more Beyblades in our channel. So I'll see you next time, and until then, stay nerdy, guys.